everybody. This is Ab, owner and operator of SkirtsSewPretty. Thank you and hello to everyone for tuning in. I think this is my fifth video. I don't know. I've done a couple of videos. I think this is like my fourth uploaded video. So thank you for tuning in. This is just going over and finishing up some things that I didn't finish up the other night because I was a little on the tired side. It was like 3 or 2 in the morning. I don't know. But here we are again. So, hey, thanks for coming back in. So, I'm Eb, owner and operator of SkirtsSewPretty. I'm a reseller. I'm here to teach you guys basically how to resell, right now, my focus is on how to run the Poshmark platform, how to get sales on the Poshmark platform, and how to get your page active and running and being consistent and things of that nature, all right? So, last video, I talked about getting started on Poshmark, the supplies you needed, things that you needed to do before listing, like sharing. You should be sharing. You should be following. You should have ordered your supplies. You should have went over rules. You should be setting aside time. You should be being consistent with all of these things. And so to finish up how to get started, I have a few more steps for you. Hopefully this one won't be as long as the last one, because Lord Jesus, because I'm tired now. It's been a long day, morning. I don't even know what time it is right now, but when I tell you I wake up at 4 a.m., 4 or 5 a.m., and I get my day started, and I'm up, and I'm listing, and I'm taking pictures, and I'm packing orders, and by like 9 a.m., I'm out the house, I'm dropping orders off to the post office. I might be sourcing that day, or I might just have appointments that day, and I'm running around, and I'm doing all the things I got to do, and then I come home, and then I got to go through whatever I bought for the day, and I got to clean things up, or, you know, knock wrinkles out, or do whatever I need to do. Then I go to sleep, and then I wake up, and then it's 4 or 5 o'clock. Like, my days is just, like, so crazy. So that's why, like, I do random videos, like, 1 o'clock in the morning. It's like, F it, I'm up poshing anyway. Might as well keep it moving. But anywho, yeah. Back to this, because I just all the way just went on a whole tangent of what my life is. Because I'm tired. That's what it is. All right, I'm going to stop doing these videos when I'm tired so that I can make sure that I am completely here for all of y'all, and I am awake, and I'm not forgetting things. But at the same time, I just be like, my spirit be telling me, my spirit be moving me like, you know, go do a video. So it's like, I think I need to do a video while this stuff is on my mind. So, back to how to get started on Poshmark. Take out your items. Take out your items. I believe a couple of videos ago I told you that you should be taking out 10 to 20 items. Take out your items. It's time to get them listed. Now, if you have more items than the 10 or 20 original items I talked about, that is great. That is fantastic. That is fabulous. That is terrific. That is all of those things that I applaud you. That's what's up. But at the same time, you don't want to get overwhelmed, so we just going to concentrate on a small number just to get started. But I would like to say this for those of you guys who don't have tons and tons of merchandise. This kind of goes back to my video from before, that your merchandise is the items you have in your closet that you're no longer wearing, the items that your family members have that they're no longer wearing, the items that your family members or friends, they are about to give to the Goodwill. These are things that you should start sourcing from. And this is basically your inventory. And on Poshmark, seriously, the more you list, the more items you have in your closet, the better your chances are of consistently making sales. So you actually want your goal to be a rather large closet, or a larger closet that you can handle. Like, especially if you're doing this full time, like your closet should, full time, To make this full-time your closet, you should be well over 100 items. Well over 100 items. But I just wanted to say that. So the more, just keep that in the back of your mind. The more items you have, the more chances you have of making a sale. The more items you list, the more items you have. The more chances you have of making a sale. So you're going to take your items out the closet and you are going to clean, look, and inspect them. You are going to look for holes, armpit stains. Like, let's be real, we are selling secondhand clothing unless your clothing is new with tags. And even if your clothing is new with tags, sometimes it still might have some type of flaw. You are looking and inspecting all of your clothing items because you want to write down any flaws. Like, I have so many notebooks, and I have like become a mini writer because of Poshmark, because I write everything down. I now write my appointments. I write what I'm gonna talk to you all about. But more importantly, I wrote down everything in my notebook that I'm on my listing. So in my beginning days, I would take my items. Let's say I had a shirt. I'm going to take something out my closet as an example. Okay, so this is an item out of my personal closet. This is not in my Poshmark closet, but this is a sequence dress that I have. Now, if I was listing this dress, this is how I would do it. I would first take down my book and I would write down the name of the dress. Now, I want to say this. This is very important. Your titles and your description are so important on your listings and when it comes to making sales. Titles and listings. So, I would not list this dress as black dress. I wouldn't even list this dress as, I'm talking about titles. I wouldn't even list this dress as a black party dress. I wouldn't list this dress as a black sequence dress. You see how plain Jane those titles are? Nothing sticks out to you. Like, it's not appealing to you at all. So think of yourself as the customer. If I was going down my news feed and I see a black dress, a pink skirt, a blue shirt, would you really buy that item? Seriously? So the first thing is you want to be descriptive with your titles. So this dress is Express, new with tags. I don't even know when I feel like I've had this dress forever. It's a large. I'm not really. Yeah, I don't know. I've had this dress for a while, but it's an Express dress. So how I would go about listing this dress. Oh, here's another tip. You want to put the name of the brand in your title, because whatever you put in your title, that comes up in Google searches. So for example, I would say, if this was my listing, I would say that this was an Express, because it's Express brand, Express sequence mini party dress. I've said the brand, I've said the color, I've said the style of dress, I've said the type of material. See how descriptive that is? So if someone was to Google Express sequin dress, my Poshmark listing would come up in Google searches. So you want to make sure that you put the brand in whatever, like, you want to be as descriptive. If you can even, let's say it's like a J. Crew sweater. No, let's say it's Brooks Brothers. And it's not just a Brooks Brothers suit, but it's a Brooks Brothers 346 suit. Make sure that and that's a line of book, that's a line within Brooks Brothers. Make sure that you're writing Brooks Brothers 346. I know my head looks real crazy because these lights are really crazy, or really like in my everything, and I really don't want to move them, so I know I look crazy. But yeah. So the first thing is your title. Like I said, my title would be Express Sequence Dress, black sequence party mini dress. The next thing is your description. Now, this is where descriptions gets tricky, and to each his own. And I'm going to tell you what some other people think, and I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Now, descriptions to me make or break your your sell. You know, this isn't this someone, people are coming into your closet and they're trusting you, and they're trusting that you're saying these items are what they are. And the only way that they can really gain your trust, not just through going through your reviews or, you know, looking at how pretty your closet is, but also by your descriptions. How descriptive are you of your item? That at least descriptive enough that they feel comfortable purchasing it. So this is where measurements come into play. To measure and not to measure. I mean, I was definitely team F that. I don't got time to be measuring all of this stuff at first. And then after a while, I'm like, I'm going to take measurements. Because again, I put myself in the place of the buyer. Because one thing is, you cannot, the buyer cannot return the item to you because the item does not fit. All the buyer has is what you say is the description is. So if you say that this is a size large maxi skirt, but you forget to put in the listing that it's a zipper enclosure and not an elastic waistband, well, that makes a difference for someone who's a size large, but they're not really a large, but they think they are large. So they kind of still wear larges because they can kind of fit in a larges, because an elastic waistband kind of gives you room. And then they get the skirt, and then they're like, but this large doesn't fit me. Why doesn't it fit me? Well, it doesn't fit you because A, it's not your size. And I ain't trying to play nobody, because it is what it is. A, it don't fit you because it's not your size. But B, you as the seller, you should let someone know it's an elastic waistband, or this is knit, or this is cotton. Meaning this is stretchy material, knit. This is cotton, no stretch. You have to be descriptive in your titles. So my thing is, if you're not going to do your measurements, at least be descriptive as possible. You're not going to say that this skirt is 22 inches long, but you might say it hits at the knee, so people can kind of get some type of feel. Again, you want to be as descriptive as possible with your listings. Now, some people just feel like, hey, it's a Gap skirt. Everybody knows what size they are, blah, blah, blah. And again, I get it, because, you know, okay, if you are not going to do the measurements, sometimes for me, because I don't feel like everything deserves a measurement and things of that nature. Especially, like, I'm not measuring t-shirts. I'm not measuring, I don't know. It's some things I won't measure. And then there's other things that I'd be like, no, I should measure this just so. You know what I'm saying? Darn it, I forgot what I was going to say. See, that's what happens when you start rambling. Let me go back to my notebook. What was I saying? Darn it. When I go back and rewatch this video, I'm going to go back to remember what I was saying. So then the next video, I could be like, all right, y'all remember how I forgot what I was talking about, but I rewatched it. So now I remember what I was talking about. So what I was trying to say was, that's what I'm going to do the next video. Because I'm just going to keep this one going. Let me see. Because I'm not trying to keep y'all here forever. I know people got stuff to do. Y'all got listings to do, posting to do. Y'all not trying to watch me for like 25, 30 hours. Right? Unless y'all want that, because, you know, like whole Truman Show 2019, I might get that to y'all. I'm not, but okay. Your descriptions. Basically, your descriptions and your titles can make or break your sell. So the first thing is with your titles, make sure that you are putting the brand in your titles. And for your listings, if you're not going to do measurements, at least have the sizing chart as one of your pictures. In your listings, when you're taking your pictures, you get 8 slots, eight pictures. Use those. Again, take pictures of your flaws, list your flaws in your descriptions. Don't try to be like, oh, that's a little hole, or that's a little somebody's not going to notice. Yeah, they are going to notice. They're going to expect the crap out of it. And when they come back to you, they're either A, going to give you a bad review, or B, they're going to open a case on you. And then your feelings will be hurt about your case being open. And we will talk about cases being open and things of that nature in yet another video. That's a whole 30-minute topic subject of its own. So that's what I have to say about titles and descriptions. The rest of the stuff that it asks you is, you know, the brand. Make sure that you're listing the brand. Like fill out as much of that stuff as you can. The sizing. Make sure, let's say, because I had a case like this before. Let's say you have a kid's pants and it's size 16 husky, but on the kids category, it does not have a husky category. It just says size 16 kids, and you sell it to the person and they say, oh, this is too big for my kid because it's a husky, and they open a case on you. That person is going to win the case and you're going to lose. Why? Because although Poshmark might not have had the option for you to click or to, you know, to select, you should have wrote it in your description. And that's what I learned. I should have wrote that all of these pants, like, I had bought a whole bunch of Cat and Jack from a liquidator for like dirt cheap, like dirt cheap, and I resold them on my Poshmark page. And I got a case open and lost that case because I didn't say that they were husky. I wasn't even thinking about it. But that made sense. Like, there's a difference between tall and short, petite, plus. It's a difference. Even if it might be the same. Like, I've seen 16 petites. Like, it's a difference between a person who might be a size 16 but still be, you know, considered petite. So, yeah, that's that. So your descriptions and your titles, pricing. Fill out as much of the descriptions, the colors. Is it new with tags? If it's new with tags, make sure you click yes. If you are new to Poshmark, you'll see boutiques and stuff like that, but you have to be an established seller before they'll allow you to go into the boutique market. But I think you need like 9 sales. It don't take much to get into boutique status. Boutique is for people who are basically selling wholesale stuff. Boutique is all new with tags items. And I mention that because when you are filling out your categories, is going to ask you, is it new with tags? If the item is new with tags and you say yes, and it's going to ask, is it boutique? But you know, for newbies, you can't select boutique. Pricing, I would say, be realistic with your pricing. Be realistic. You know your items. You know how long you've had them. You know the wear and tear of them. Look at other people's pricings. because it kills like a little piece of my heart when someone posts a plus size Forever 21 dress for $25. And it's like, but boo, that crap wasn't even $15 in the store brand new. Like, you know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, look, this is what going and looking on the site is worth. This is what I mean when I say take the time to go on the site beforehand to see what things are selling for and things of that nature. So, yeah, do that. So then you can decide your pricing. So now when it comes to pricing, and I've said this in another video. So let's say I have this dress. This dress is a perfect example. So this is an express dress, new with tags. Brand new, it's $98. Even though I might have paid $29 for it. But we're going to go by the, it's worth $98 brand new. With it being worth $98 brand new, you never sell on when reselling, you never sell what the tag says, because people are looking to get a deal. And with giving them a deal, you're not going to sell it for $98. They could have bought it from Express from that. So I would list this dress myself at about, I would say 70. No, I would list it, if I had a dress that was comparable, depending on the label, I would list it at 70. This is an Express dress, and what I've noticed is Express does not have a high resale value. So I wouldn't, this is why this is in my closet and not in my closet, my Posh closet. But let's say I want to walk away with $50 for this dress. I want to walk away with half. I would list it at like 70. So let's say the tag says 98. I want to list it lower than what it is full price, because it is new with tags. So I'm gonna list it at 70, and offers are gonna come in. And for me, I already have in my head what I'm looking to make off of this. I'm not going to go back and forth and scream and holler with people over lowball offers. I see people arguing and screaming and hollering about lowball offers all the time. Like, are off, and everyone's definition of a lowball offer is so different. Like, some people figure, okay, I have this item listed for $30 and someone offered me $20. That's a lowball offer. I'm going to scream and holler, how dare they? They're so disrespectful. I don't really look at that being, that my thing is, be happy you got the sell. I don't know, because I be grateful with things. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not... But you know what? That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother video. Because I be on Reddit all the time, and I'm reading everything, and I don't never really respond in the Reddit forums, because I feel like people are just so quick to argue with you, and I just don't live that type of life. Like, I just don't argue. I try not to get upset, like, you know. So I try not to go into the Reddit, but I see what their problems and their issues were, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to talk about some of the problems and the issues that I see on Poshmark and through Reddit, and that is a problem issue. But next thing. I'm all over the place today. I am so sorry. Just bear with me. These are new videos. I said Poshmark gives you 8 pictures, use pricing. Look up and compare. So wait, back to this dress real quick. So let's say I would list it at $70 and someone would send me an offer for $60 or $55 or even $50. You know, I would most likely take it. Like, for me, I'm here to sell. I'm here to move items. I purposely price my higher priced items higher because I expect that I'm going to get lower offers. And you have to keep that in mind. So let's say, for example, you have a J. Crew skirt and you want to walk away making $25 off this skirt. Right? So my suggestion is to price that skirt around, let's say, about $35. Because if people are nice, they're going to, or about 37 or even 38. Because if they're nice, they're just going to knock $5 or $6 off. Because, you know, in their mind, that's taking off the shipping. Because you got to think about buyer's psyche. Shopping psyche. So they're going to take off a couple of dollars, or they'll buy it as is because they love it, or you're going to get the people who want the cheapest thing. So if you got it priced at $27 and they offer you something like $26 or $25 or even $24, that's as close to the original number you originally wanted. Why not take it? Why sit there and argue with people and do this whole $1 or $2 decline and counter offer situation? Why even give yourself all that anxiety and stress? Even if I'm looking to make $25 off of this skirt and someone offered me $23, I'm gonna take that $23. A bird in a hand is better than 6 in the bush. You know your bird is in the hand. You know what's in your hand right now. You don't know what's in that bush. You don't know if it's anything in that bush. I mean, I'm in the business of moving merchandise. I'm not trying to hold on to this merchandise. I'm trying to move it so I can buy more stuff, so I can move more stuff, make more money. I'm just saying that's what business I'm in. So that's what I would say about pricing and setting your pricing. So after that, you hit the for sale sign and you list. Now, when you go to list, it's going to give you a couple of options. I'm recording on my cell phone, so I said I need to get a camera like within the next week or two so that I can go through my phone to show y'all stuff. But it's going to ask you to connect to social media. I believe it's a Facebook option. It's a Twitter option. It's not an Instagram option. It's a Pinterest option. Connect. Every time you share, you're sharing a new listing, definitely share those to Tumblr. Share those to Facebook. Share those things. You want to put your items into the internet atmosphere so that when someone is searching, because hopefully that your descriptions are very descriptive, hopefully your titles are are very descriptive as well with the brand and the style. You have all of that and you're sharing it on all these platforms. Again, these are the more people that can see your items. So definitely share when you're listing. Click sharing it to all of those sites. That's your first listing. You didn't put up your first listing. Let's talk about your pictures though. I get asked about pictures all the time. So where to start with pictures? Everyone does pictures differently, and you have to find what works for you and your space. So starting out, I would say first, daylight is your friend. I used to truly have my shooting schedule during daylight hours only. I would either be in the house with a window open, or I would be outside with my clothes hung up against my my brick wall. And daylight is your friend. Also, if you have lights in your house that are really, really bright, those are your friend. Use photo editing apps to edit the brightness. You definitely, especially for stuff that is black, photographing black stuff is like, oh Jesus, I'm still looking at the best ways. I feel like if I was to photograph this though, it would be perfect though. Like, I don't know, this looks like, maybe because it's sequence and it's and the lights bouncing off, but if I had something else that was black, like I really don't think it, even with my new light set. Now, I do have a light set. Having a light set has changed my life, I shall say that. I went on Amazon. I paid about 75 bucks. I got the whole photo shoot light set. I use my light sets for doing my videos. I use my light sets for doing my for doing my videos and for doing my shooting my pictures. If you guys have visited my Poshmark page, SkirtsSewPretty, SkirtsSewPretty, I will also have a link in my description box to my Poshmark and my Instagram page. I'll have all of that. But if you have been to my page, then you'll notice I have my hustle. Even though you can barely see hustle because of the light, it says hustle right here in gold. This is basically where I shoot, and I love that I can shoot. This is why I say I wake up at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I can shoot all times of the night because I have my lights. But I would say starting out, you want to make some sales first. Before you go buying printers, before you go buying lights, before you go buying cameras, get a feel for a site, get a feel for what sells, get a feel for your closet, get used to sharing, get used to following. Make some sales first before you go and spend your money on equipment and stuff like that. And I would also like to say my suggestion is not just making some sales and getting equipment, but the money that you start to generate, I would say invest some of that back into your closet. And this is where it'll come to sourcing. After you've gone through your closet, after you've gone through your friends and families, you're going to want some more merchandise. And we'll talk about sourcing and where to source and things of that nature. If you are in the Philadelphia area, because I really don't think I have a time to do a video for a while this week. I'm having my wisdom tooth taken out Thursday. I don't even, what's today? Today's Tuesday. And then I'm doing haul videos and stuff like that. So until then, I really don't have time to do yet another video. So I'm really trying to remember to get everything in, because you guys are seeing my videos. You guys are loving my videos. I'm loving that you guys are loving my videos. You guys are DMing me on Instagram. You guys have so many more questions. I am trying to get to y'all questions. I made a post on Reddit asking people what are some things that they want